No one. Well, since there's no one here, let me just adjust a few settings. Did I forget to make this public? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Hello, Regina Deal, Megan Pevich, Jack YT. How's everyone doing on this fine evening from America's long, lonesome road? Oh, there we go. Woo-wee, just got out of the car. Nice long hour drive. Very taxing on my rear. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Glenn Clan Craziness is going to try and come to meet up. Hello, Christy. Love you. Yes, we're going to have a meetup. Those of you who don't know, we're going to be having a meetup November 6th at Linear General Store in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, right across from Goats. Goats on the Roof. Right across from Goats on the Roof. Not at Goats on the Roof, but at Linear General Store, which is opposite Goats on the Roof. And I'd like to see you guys come out there. Any haunt plans in Florida? Maybe, Ryan. Maybe. Twisted Luke say it was fun scaring you at the haunted hotel. Who are you? Dennis Ball says, hey, would you say hi to my little buddy Bowie? Hello, Bowie. I'm not having a meetup in Florence, Kentucky. I'm having a meetup in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I figure it's a good place for a meetup. That way, if someone, wants to drive a little bit of distance, there's more to do than just say hi to me. You can go across the street, right across the street, ride the goat coaster. You can head down to the main strip. You can drive into Gatlinburg. You can go to Dollywood. So it's not like you have to come, say hi to me, then leave. It's a city of enchantment and majesty for you to enjoy after, before, or even during the meetup. Ryan Odell says, would you agree that local run haunts are more of a free-for-all versus haunts at theme parks? Yeah, haunts at theme parks, definitely more sanitized. There's definitely a different appeal. And I think you can see that if you've been watching my channel the last 5 days, my night of many haunts. You can see all the differences in these local haunts in the Louisville area. Some of them, they use a lot of gore, a lot of graphic imagery. Some of them don't. Culbertson Mansion did not have very much gore, but it's a very old school mansion with some unique tricks that I've never actually seen before. Even though it's old school, it had some tricks that I hadn't seen. The Haunted Hotel was a full-on sweaty terror fest. Tacona says, are you Boogie friends or is he trying to steal your gig? Well, I mean, I don't even know how to make that make sense. I was going to make a joke about how he's trying to steal my gig, but I can't even figure out how to do that. Jason Burry, thank you for the super chat. Says you're awesome. Josh M says Mouse Manor was fantastically hilarious. There's some weird stuff in Mouse Manor. They have their Hall of Butts. Regina Dill says I want the baby goat in the wheelchair. I do too. I'd love to have a baby goat in a wheelchair. Maybe when I'm retired, I'm just going to get a bunch of tiny goats and a bunch of tiny wheelchairs, and that's all I need. Downer Channel, thank you for the super chat, the little unicorn. My voice is doing pretty good. I did a lot of screaming that night. The the night the night of many haunts. That was, when did I film that? That was Friday night. I filmed all those videos, and then I went to a haunt the next. I went to 2 haunts the next day. So my voice is still intact. Suthias, thank you for the super chat. Says, Jacob, hope you're well. Haven't kept up with your videos of late. It'll be a fun binge, though. Keep on and safe as always. I don't know. It's visiting, visiting the binging the haunt videos. I don't know. That seems taxing. It seems loud. Yeah, I know some people don't like the yelling. They don't like the haunt videos, but that's okay. Hopefully they'll come back in November. Yeah, I'm all booked up for haunts this year. So, I mean, I guess I'm open for invitations for 2022 if places want to have me. Johnny 85 says, I'm glad you didn't go to Indiana Beach for Eddie Munster. It was sort of a bust. $50 for a photo is harsh. That is a little harsh. I think it's a little harsh. That's why at my meetup, I don't charge for photos. I don't charge for selfies. I don't charge for autographs. I'm not charging anything. You don't have to spend any money. You can come and just say hello. This is my way of giving back to the people who support me. I'd appreciate, we're going to be having it at the Lanier General Store. I'd appreciate if you guys took a chance to look around the general store and maybe and see what the store has to offer. You don't have to buy anything, but at least take a look if you don't mind. Brian Lombard, yes, I've been to the Carolina Cotton Museum in Bishopville. They have a little tiny exhibit about the lizardman. Midway Monster says, why would you charge for those things? You're not a celebrity. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you. I don't believe I am a celebrity, but I'm sure there's YouTubers out there that would charge. I'm sure there's others that would not. I think charging $50 to take a selfie with someone is, I think, a lot of money. For Eddie Munster. Tailgate Podcast is, what is your most valuable Magic the Gathering card? I don't have any physical cards really. Ask about Magic the Gathering. I sold off my cards years ago. Mark Zayhammer says, Eddie Munster's pretty cool, but he needs cash. Yes. He hasn't... That show was on like 40 years ago. Niderman, thank you for the super chat. It says, thanks for the videos. Have been basically house ridden due to COVID in March. I am living through you since me and my family can't. Hopefully soon. Again, thank you. Well, thank you for the super chat. Hopefully things are headed in a positive direction with in regards to COVID and whatnot. It looks like the numbers are going down again, and hopefully maybe they'll stay down this time. I don't know. I can't tell the future. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a infectious disease scientist. Is anyone in here an infectious disease scientist? Decraniated says you need to check out the Edward Scissorhands house. The couple who bought the home is letting people come and tour the house. I'm definitely going to look into it. I haven't had a chance to look into that yet, but I'm going to be looking into it. Hold on. I think the toilet's running. I'm going to make sure it's not overflowing or something. Listen, I don't know how a toilet works. It's like the water, I guess the water needs to fill up in the back before it can do a full flush. I don't know. We have some Indiana. I think there's one more. Yeah, we got 2 more Indiana houses coming. So, yeah. Metal Mathematicians, how much do you charge these haunted houses to fill them? I do not charge haunted houses. That would be ridiculous. You know, so a lot of haunted houses, they'll invite me out, or sometimes I'll reach out to them. Yeah, or sometimes there'll be a mediary. Sometimes someone will know someone, and you know, it's just the way of life. Happy Bones says, what is the story of the possum? I have a whole video about the story of the possum. How much do I charge other YouTubers to be on my video? Yeah, I've never charged another YouTuber. Is that something that, happens? Metal Mathematics says, do you think filming these places makes others not go there, instead watch the videos for free? No, I don't think watching a video on YouTube is the same experience as going to a haunted house. I think it actually helps raise awareness of haunted houses and helps get their name out there. Christopher Lucas, no, I'm not coming to Scarowinds. Scarowinds, a year I went, they were really strict about. They actually had this recording going, no filming, no photos or video inside the haunted house. So that was that. Rooster Crow Midnight, thank you for the super chat. Rusty Shackelford says Louisville rules the haunt scene. There's a lot of good haunts in the Louisville area. And you know what? There's good vibes too in the Louisville area. The haunts there, you know, they all kind of help each other out. There's a community, and there's actually a group called Haunters Against Hate that comes out of that area, that general area that promotes inclusiveness in general in the haunt world, and you know, that's something I hope we can all get behind. I doing anything special on Halloween day or night? I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing on Halloween day. Because here's the thing. If I film a video on Halloween day, then it goes live on November 1st. And I'm afraid everyone is sick of Halloween on November 1st. F Nord, thank you for the super chat. It says no scares on stairs. No scares on stairs. Never, Becca may ask about the hotel from The Shining. I've never been there. Where's the one it's filmed at? Is the one in Colorado? Is that where it was filmed, or is that just what inspired it? Nightmare Man, thank you for the super chat. It says, don't recall. Have you ever been to the Western New York area for haunts or attractions? Western New York. I haven't done a lot of haunts in New York. I don't know that I've done any haunts in New York, to be honest. Dakota says, how many times has a ride operator recognized you? I've been recognized before. I get recognized a lot, like, places that I film, like, haunted houses or amusement parks or roadside attractions. But, if I went to, like, I don't know, an anime convention, then people probably wouldn't know who I was. Thread Positive said, "Have you ever considered Waverly Hills Sanitarium in Louisville? My uncle is the operations director." Well, my friend John had gone there with a group, and he'd invited me to come with him. John from Exploration Unknown, and he invited me to go, but I had just gotten off a long trip. And so okay, hey, let's stop spamming the chat. I'm just gonna start banning people. It's no fun. It makes this less enjoyable to people that are actually, like, care about what I have to say. 30-year-old says, you consider going to Kennywood Fright for this year? I'm actually trying to get in touch with Kennywood. I've messaged PR. I haven't heard anything back. I do want to go, though. Ryan says, you and Creaties enjoy the bubble room. Yeah, that was more bubbles than I was expecting. Christopher says, me, Jennifer, hey, we missed you the other day. I'm sorry I couldn't have joined you. I was headed out of town. I was on my way out of town. B. Perry says, the group at Malice Manor, love that you came back and then it's here. Well, they really seem like great people. I'm very thankful to all the haunts. Were really cool. Flora Fox Nights, would I consider doing the Arizona Science Museum? Yeah, I'm always, I love doing like regular, not, I don't want to say regular museums, but just like traditional museums, like natural history museums and things like that. Rooster Crow Midnight says, you're going to any new Meow Wolves soon? Well, I've been to all the Meow Wolves, so I don't know when there's ever gonna, there probably will be a new one at some point, but it may be a while. Aiden McGinnis says, Jake, I remember you're going to Wildwood, but do you plan on returning? There's a dark ride called the Pirates of Wildwood. It's amazing. Yeah, I would like to go back to Wildwood. I got kind of rained out when I was there last. Wolf Taylor says, if you go back to Wildwood, make sure you visit Randyland. I've been to Randy. Well, wait a minute. I've been to a place called Randyland, but I think there's two. I think there's two places called Randyland. Trizzle Dog Review says, what's your favorite strain? You indica or sativa? I don't use marijuana. You know, people have the right. Yeah, I think people have the right to choose what they do with their bodies. That's just not something that I enjoy doing, so I don't. Where am I right now? I'm in a different place than I was in my video today. I'm in a different part of the country. Smoky Skeets says, would you want people to wear a mask at the meetup in Tennessee? I mean, I think just use your own judgment at this point. I mean, just be safe. You know, don't do anything that's going to get anyone else sick. Do I remember a wrestler named Plastic Raisins? No. Have I watched Squid Game? I haven't watched Squid Game yet. I was trying to figure out if it was in English or not. I don't know if you have to watch it with the subtitles or if it's dubbed or. Ryan O'Donnell says you should try deep fried Coca-Cola at the Texas State Fair, maybe even deep fried butter. I've had the deep fried butter before. I may have had fried Coke before. Windex, thank you for the super chat. It says, what's the next fair you're trying to head for? It's dubbed in English. Okay. I need to watch it because apparently it's really popular. Aiden McGinnis says, my twin brother and I watch your videos all the time. Your Night of Many Haunts videos over the past couple days kept us extremely entertained. Well, thank you. That's what's important to me. As long as you guys are entertained. Christopher Lucas says, true story, my work is sending people home quarantine if they sneeze or cough. That's strange. There's one part about that is strange is that COVID generally does not make you sneeze. And I get that. Sometimes your throat, sometimes you get, like for instance, I was coughing because my throat was strained from yelling. There's so many things that make you cough that aren't COVID. That seems like a bit of a stretch. Kayak Ranch says you could Iowa State Fair. You could be there a week. Yeah, you know, the state fair project is going to take some time, because the thing is, you know, go to visit the state fair. Usually, it's a big commitment, and you know, a lot of them are only a week and a half. Luckily, the Texas State Fair is almost 2 months. I caught the Arizona State Fair at just the right time, but I'm gonna be looking into it. Paul Boo on Music says, do you ever plan on going back to Niles Screen Park in Niles, Michigan? I'd like to go back there sometime. They actually do like all new haunts every year, so. Ryan says Florida State Fair in Tampa. And actually, I think that the Florida State Fair is... they have it at the beginning of the year. A few warmer weather states, I think, do theirs at the beginning of the year, which is cool. So maybe I can look up hitting up Tampa next year. Enzo Halo, thank you for the super chat. Have you tried visiting Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum in Nevada? I have. I did a video there. Was not allowed. Was not allowed to film. They've never, ever let a vlogger film in there. And, but it's a really good attraction. I had a lot of fun there. I'm trying to think if I have anything with caffeine in it. I'm getting a little tired for some reason. And after I'm done with this live stream, I gotta edit the video for tomorrow, so I can't just go to sleep. Dagman says, you are correct. The monster's name is Frankenstein. Well, thank you. Thank you. MPS Smiths, thank you for the super chat. Says, thanks for all the spooky content. You inspired me to visit my first haunt as an adult. And I'm glad you said that, because you know what? I used to watch haunt videos on YouTube, and I could hardly stand to watch them. Like, I would be nervous just watching the videos. So being able to watch videos first on YouTube actually helped me build up the courage to go to a real haunt. Thread Positive, thank you for the super chat. Says Waverly does historical tours, paranormal tours, and even an 8-hour overnight investigation. Love to set you up with the owners and my uncle. Absolutely. I have an email in the description of every video if you want to shoot me an email. Someone's asked about the video editor. I use a program called Movavi. I use it because it's simple. And I'm not good at using things that are complicated. Apparently I can't even pronounce complicated properly. I think I said complicated. Christopher Lucas says you started with Windows Movie Editor. Yes, absolutely. I did the movies window. Is that what it's called? It's just like the one. And they don't even make it anymore. I don't think so. But it's a an editor that it was very simple. It's basically all you could do is crop. That's all I needed. Windows Movie Maker. Yes, that's it. Tony Levin. Windows Movie Maker. Yep, started out on Windows Movie Maker. Okay, let me give a spicy take. A super spicy take. These people going to space, like Charles Bronson and Jeff Bezos and William Shatner, apparently, are they really going to space? It's like space is right here, and they're like, boop, I was in space. Boop, boop, I was in space. Kind of like I did with when I went to Montana. Oh. So, I mean, maybe if you're totally into space, it would. Montana, Dennis R says Montana space. You're probably right. It counts. It counts, but I think it counts. But it's like is it that impressive when you're just dipping into space? Essentially, they're dipping their toe. I guess that's like saying, let's say I've been in the Pacific Ocean, but all you did was like stick your toe in it. That's basically. Just. I see a lot of people making the Brack says, my son wants to know your opinion of Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City. I love Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City. They won't let me film on it because it's a roller coaster, apparently. But, Ryan says, what are you expecting for them to go to another planet or something? Like, at least go to the moon. I want to go to the moon. I would count it if they went to the moon. Kevin Fessner says you missed Santa's Village. I did miss Santa's Village. I was planning on going, actually. I ended up going to Icons of Darkness instead of Santa's Village, but I will go back to because I felt like it was more relevant and more Halloween themed. But I do plan on going back to Santa's Village next time I go to California. And then I found out that there's actually is one more Santa's Park in Miami, Florida that I've not been to. Okay, someone made a comment that is relevant and I wanted. The Kaz says, sad FYI, drove past Magic Forest here in Lake George and people were picking up what they bought in an online auction. Now, I understand why that's sad, because the park is closing and all the cool stuff's leaving the park. There is a silver lining for me, though, because I may or may not May not have picked up a little something in that auction. Breck says, my son loves Fire in the Hole. Anything similar you'd recommend? Pigeon Forge area? Well, yes, actually. If you go to Dollywood, the sister ride of Fire in the Hole called Blazing Fury is at Dollywood. I would absolutely, if you're a fan of Silver Dollar City, go over to Dollywood. Osh Popham, thank you so much for the super chat. Ryan says, Miami Park you're referring to as Santa's Enchanted Forest. Used to go there every year as a kid. Basically a holiday themed carnival. I think it counts though. I think if I want to visit all the Santa parks, it counts. Is it good? Is there anything cool there? Anthony Brown asked for World of Illusions, but I have not been. It's been a long, feels like a long time since I've been to Gatlinburg. Did I thank Osh Popham? Thank you, Osh Popham, for the super chat. If I didn't, I think I may have mentioned it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if the World of Illusion, if that building is even going to be... I don't even know if the building's going to be repurposed. It may just be torn down. If people ask about like Christmas events, but for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like people really doesn't what was I saying? People don't seem to like Christmas themed videos very much. I don't know. Breck says, what is the best Christmas? Silver Dollar City, Dollywood, or Walt Disney World? I've never been to Silver Dollar City Christmas. Walt Disney World does a pretty great event. It's awesome just to be able to see it snow on Main Street at Walt Disney World. Miss Johnson says, how do you sleep between places? Seems like you're always traveling. I mean, I try to always get 8 hours of sleep. That's important. Ryan says, Santa's Enchanted Forest is just a basic carnival with a holiday overlay. It's also been relocated from the original location after almost 40 years. When was it relocated? Zach comments, his Palace of Wax in Texas has a surprisingly impressive spooky section at the end. It does. It really does. Yeah, there's always about... Always the thought of doing it's a Valentine haunts. Smokey Skeet says, have you ever thought about making your own haunted house with all the... I would love to make my own haunted house, but you know, it's not just something you can throw together. That's a big commitment. Brian Christensen says, do you have foot problems from wearing Crocs? No, I have no foot problems because I wear Crocs. Mr. Moonpie asked if I still use my drone. Occasionally I'll break it out. One problem with the drone is that the batteries go dead if you don't constantly charge them. So I'll go to use it and the batteries will be half dead. Even if I like charge them up. Joanne Jordan says, have you thought of using a night light in the haunted house? As it could be hard to see on the video sometimes. Generally, it's kind of like a respect thing in the haunted houses. You know, when you use haunted houses aren't meant to, they're not meant. In the earlier haunted houses, sometimes they used a flashlight, but you really, it's hard to explain. Sometimes it's like exposes things about the haunts that the haunts don't really want. You know, when a haunt lights their haunt, they want it to be seen that way. They don't want it blown out with extra light. Fear Some Rider says, how do you feel about selfie only policy at the Devil's Haunt? I didn't know about that. I mean, the haunt was set up by Travis, the Horrorplex. You know, at first when they said it, I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll skip this one. But then I'm like, you know what, let's just give it a shot and we'll see what people think. Seems like people didn't like it as much. They definitely want the other kind of haunt. So I'll probably, I'm not saying I'll never do one like that again. If it's like a haunt that I really, really want to do, maybe I'll make an exception if they have a rule like that. But I'll definitely try to have that worked out in the future. Burrito Bandino says, you ever chicken out of a haunt? Yeah, before I started filming, though. Okay, the toilet's making weird noises. I'm going to be back. I don't know why this is bothering me so much. Okay, I don't think that's the toilet. I don't think the toilet's making funny noises. I think that's actually the person in the hotel room next to me is taking a shower, I think. Makes Brandon says, what did they do to your crotch? In the haunted hotel, you know, it's a hands-on haunt. So they grab you. A lot of times they'll be hiding under things and they'll grab your legs. Like, I don't think that, I mean, I think it might have been a little bit of an exaggeration if I said that they grabbed my crotch. But let's just say they grabbed towards my crotch. It's a little disconcerting when you're walking through a dark room and someone reaches up and grabs your thigh. Creative says, okay, the first words I hear in entry is grab my crotch. Sometime, Jeff, me and you, we need to do a haunt together. People really loved the noises you made on the flipper. Kits Blanco Maniac says, are there any haunts that gave me nightmares? No. Never had a nightmare related to a haunt. MPS Smith, what's your favorite haunt theme? I think, I mean, I love to see themes that, like, you wouldn't necessarily think of. I'd love to see love to see more haunts just go completely left field with their theming. I'm trying to think of ones I've seen. Ancient Egyptian haunts. That's kind of a one that's not seen all that much. I'm trying to think of some that are a little more out there. Because, you know, there's definitely, like, some that we see a lot. You know, we see old spooky houses. We see mental institutions, prisons, the circus. Did I say circus twice? I don't know. I really liked Mesmer at Not Scary Farm. I thought that was definitely a different twist on the carnival theme. Awesome Stuff says, have you ever witnessed something paranormal in your life? Possibly. You can look that up on my channel, my paranormal experience. Ellie Binder says, have you visited the Land of Illusion in Ohio? They have a dark ride. That's cool. Is that like a seasonal haunt? Looks like some of the seasonal haunts are setting up dark rides, which is really cool. It's definitely something I need to look into next year. I don't have any slots left this year to do any haunts, but Land of Illusion, I'm gonna look at that because Land of Illusion is something that's been suggested to me multiple times. Land of Illusion haunted house. Or is Land of Illusion, is this a haunted house or is this a amusement park? What this is, Land of Illusion. Looks like it's maybe a water park that does a haunt. Tassel, how are you doing? All the way over there in Australia. Thank you for the super chat. Says, hi Jacob, very much enjoying your Halloween vids. No Halloween this year due to COVID. Boo. Melbourne is in lockdown. My town is not. However, the kids can walk the streets but not allowed to knock on doors. Go figure. Yeah, some states, it's interesting with COVID. Some states you travel, there's still a lot of restrictions. Everything's pretty much open, but so mainly with restrictions, I mean like masks. Thread Positive says, if you like ancient Egyptian, then you'd love Fear Fair in Seymour, Indiana. There may be a reason I thought of that. Miss Jolene says, honestly, I'd like to see more extraterrestrial haunted. That is, I actually do love I love alien theming. I think that's a good theme. Ryan says, speaking of knots, you know that there was original Barry Tales Dark Ride. Yeah, I didn't know that when I wrote it, but I know that now. Real Radio Social. Okay, maybe Land of Illusion is something I need to look at in the future. Where in Ohio is this? I don't know. I'd have to find. And you know, with these, I have to find out if they allow filming and all that. They had a pretty good alien haunt at Six Flags Fear Fest. Thread, yes, Brett is a hoot. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, they had a really good alien haunt at Six Flags Fright Fest in Georgia. Forget what they called it, but I thought it was well done. I like the alien themes. Simply Me to Be says, hi from LA, first time tuning into a live, but watch every day faithfully. Well, thank you so much. Daniel Melendez says, no haunted car wash this year. None on the docket. Brandon Brown says, when's my next video going to post? It should be out tomorrow morning. I'm hoping to have a new video every day for the rest of October. And then probably November we'll go back to every other day again. Real Radio says they will allow you to film. Okay. I don't know. Land of Illusion. Maybe that's something I can... Maybe that's a next year. It's a next year thing. Because I literally don't know if I have a single day to spare. There's some music going on. Going on out in the parking lot. It's a little late to be blasting music. Skate Axel says, you ever felt threatened for your life in a haunted house? I don't know if threatened for my life. American Horrorplex. Says the goats miss you. I miss the goats. Oh, man. I want to adopt Shirley the goat. Adventures with Cruises. Any tips on growing my channel? You know, really, you just got to love it. You got to love doing it for the sake of doing it. You know, I didn't try any tricks or anything to get noticed. I just kept making videos. Skate Axel 2 says you might like Pure Terror Scream Park. That might, no spoilers. It's a possible landing spot. Real Radio Show 24/7 says we have the Amityville house in Long Island. I actually drove by there last time I was in Long Island. I was in there with Long Island in the summer. But you can't really do a video there because, you know, people are living there. Here's the thing. People are asking about stalkers or trolls. If you make videos on YouTube, you are most likely going to get some unwanted attention. Once you reach a certain level, it's going to happen, and you just need to be prepared for it. I'm not victim blaming because no one deserves that, but, you know, I learned myself because I wasn't prepared for it. SG Sports Channel, thank you for the super chat. What are some of your favorite dark rides? Oh man, it all depends, you know, what kind of dark rides you're talking about. You know, as far as like a technical standpoint, you know, you gotta love the Haunted Mansion at Disney. It's up there as one of the really, really good ones. But I love this. I love the smaller ones. I love the, you know, the less. You know, that's a multi-million-dollar dark ride. Sometimes I like the more low budget. I think it has its own enjoyment, its own quality to it. Am I going to the chili cook-off in Gatlinburg? When is the chili cook-off in Gatlinburg? Maybe I need to look that up. Chili cook-off, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. November 11th. I don't know. We shall see. Lisa Mack. Thank you for the super chat. Says, I bought the Carpetbagger doll on eBay for my husband's birthday. LOL, he loves your channel, but I'm not sure what he thinks about the doll. Please wish Jim a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jim. Hope you like your doll. And thank you, Lisa Mack, for the super chat. Miss Jocelyn, thank you for the super chat. Says, what are some of your favorite haunts that are no longer in operation? I don't know. You know, I've only immersed myself in the haunt world in the last couple of years. The one I can think of that I loved that they didn't have this year was Dark Harbor at the Queen Mary, but that's a whole situation there. Haley Cake, thank you for the super chat. Going to West Virginia in a couple weeks, must-sees. Love your videos, by the way. Watch them every day. Good. Check out West Virginia. Check out the Mothman Museum in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Live Deep says you're going to carve a spoon from a bigger spoon for the chili cook. I just might. That's a good idea. I'm going to buy a wooden spoon. I'll carve another spoon from it. SG, thank you for the super chat. It says, love the American Horrorplex video, Jacob. Really funny. And American Horrorplex is actually in here in comment. I loved American Horrorplex. Of all those, like The Night of Many Haunts, I loved all the haunts for different reasons. American Horrorplex, I loved the dedication of the actors. The actors were great there. You could all tell that they were just like having the time of their lives. And also, I love American Horrorplex. Also, like does a really good job of a straight they have like a really unique story that incorporates what is it, Operation Paperclip, and then the Flesh Lumpkins. Breck asked if I've been to the Spam Museum in Minnesota. I have. Mr. Train says, "Do you like horror movies?" I do. I've been getting more into horror movies in the last couple years. Heavenly says, "Are you going to the Bodies Exhibit Museum?" I went to one of them. I went to the one in Bally's. Ryan says, "Love when you ride Earthquake the ride after eating all the chili." Oh, man. Let me see. Let me look at my schedule. Because I have other plans around that same time, but maybe. We'll see. Have I been to the chili cook-off every year? I think I might have missed a year. Stephanie Plutz says, would you ever visit the location where they keep the Annabelle doll? Sorry for keep asking. I'd love to see you do a video on it. You know, I've been getting asked this for years. The Warren Occult Museum has been closed for a very long time. People all the time asking me to go there. But this year, this month maybe, fingers crossed, I think I may have found a workaround. Stay tuned. Alan Buck, thank you for the super chat. It's hi, Carpetbagger from Indiana. Me and my family love watching your videos. You should come to the Indianapolis State Fair. You know what? I grew up in Indiana, so maybe I won't. Maybe I will make that a priority to try to hit the Indiana State Fair. Here's the thing, guys. Most state fairs happen during haunt season, so you know I have to be conscious. You know, I got to record haunts, and I got to record state fairs, and anything else that may be happening. There's a lot of stuff happens in the fall. There's a lot of festivals, a lot of events, so it's hard to make it to all of them. SG says, "Did you see Poultrygeist?" Yes. And if you watch my video on Tom Devlin's Monster Museum, I show some props from Poultrygeist. My friend Tom Devlin did the special effects on Poultrygeist. Ryan Odell says, "Do chainsaws really terrify you?" Chainsaws are very disorientating. They're loud. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think did every single haunt. I'm trying to remember. Someone answer this question for me if you can remember. The Night of Many Haunts, all 5 of them. Did everyone end with a chainsaw? Most haunts end with a chainsaw. American Horrorplex says they did. Did Culberton end with a chainsaw? Because Malice Manor definitely ended with a chainsaw. I can't remember Culberton. I think Culberton did. And American Horrorplex just said themselves that they did. And then, yeah, the Devil's Attic, They did because they had Leatherface. And then the Haunted Hotel had 3 guys with chainsaws that chased you out. It's a classic, I guess. End on the saw. Zach Kamez says, I can confirm Chessie is still chilling in a field outside the Palace Wax. Did you drive over there during this chat and check? Tyler Woodward, thank you for the super chats. Has been watching since you started YouTube. Well, thank you. Just joined your Patreon too. How about a haunted hayride this year? I don't think we have any hayrides on the docket this year. Denise Boldia. Yeah, a chainsaw is a good way to get people moving. Edward Dillon says, I love your hats. Where do you buy them? My hat is out of print. I went to try to find a replacement hat, and the hat, they don't make my hat anymore. Margaret Stinson says, plans for Nights of Terror at Creamy Acres in New Jersey. There are 2 massive animatronic ponds and monsters. That sounds amazing. Carolyn Davis says, yes, Culberton did have a chainsaw. So there you go. 5 haunts, 7 chainsaws. My hat's in the car. I didn't lose it. Joanne Jordan says some of the haunts were very expletive. Yeah, some haunts incorporate swears. Unfazed review. Thank you for the super chats. What's your favorite part of Arizona aside from leaving? Oh, that's not fair. I love Arizona. I love the Arizona State Fair. What's Phoenix, Arizona? I haven't done that much in Phoenix. I love the thing. The thing in Arizona is one of my favorite things. Amanda Kohler, thank you for the super chat. Says, have you been to the Haunted Forest in Williamston, New York? If not, I highly recommend it. Creedy says, you can pretend you're going to cut my head off, but don't use any potty mouth. I think that is my programming as an American. Like, you know, you go through a haunt and there's like 100 butchered bodies. And then someone like says the F word and you're like, well, this seems a little messed up. Because Americans are really weird about what they find appropriate, what they find inappropriate. T. Cleveland says, scary, no sweary. Add that to our rules. No scares on stairs. No swears in stairs. No, I'm sorry. No scares on stairs. No swears in scares. Also, no live bears in scares. Josh Evans says, I just hope the girl from Malice Manor gets a real effing dog someday. She was a good actor. Ryan Nodal says, how do you pronounce Louisville? I think that's what I just said. I think that is the correct Louisville. I used to call it Louisville. And people made fun of me. I'm Living Joyfully says, no bears who swear on stairs during scares. Oh, man, isn't rhyming fun? Tiffany Treadway, thank you for the super chat. Says, howdy, Jacob. Love the Texas State Fair. I was born in Houston. I love Texas. There's so much good stuff in Texas. Creaty says, the 80s were both an era of horror movies and vulgarity. They're utterly inseparable. Wanting clean horror is like wanting a double burger, one patty veggie. But they don't swear in most... That's what the thing is. They here's the interesting thing. They don't swear in most haunts. Especially theme park haunts. So when you're not used to it, and then they start dropping haunt swears on you, then you don't know what to do. Ron Ackerman asked about my best attraction in Ohio. I'm thinking about Ohio. There's a lot of good stuff in Ohio, but it's not springing to mind like the best of Ohio. Creaty says they should have an adult night, F-bombs and topless murders. I want to see something. Let me see. I'm going to look at one of my own videos here for a second. I'm having trouble finding the video. Here it is. Here it is. Nicole Ramon says, do you have to sign a release form or something in the haunts that have the actors touch you? No. It's just they just make the rules. But they just got to let you know beforehand. They're not supposed to surprise. So this is... Oh, heck.
Stretching those legs without a pit stop. Private rooms.
I'm trying to remember what I actually showed here. This is called Helheim. It's a haunt in West Virginia. It's like a Norse heavy metal themed haunt. I want to see what I showed here at the end.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Calm down. Oh my God.
Get rid of this ad.
Oh, jeez. Boy. Oh, what are you doing?
See, this haunt was hardcore.
I can't show that even. That's horrible.
Does anyone want to take a guess on what I censored there? What I censored with my own big head there. Said I sound like Sam Kinison. Someone mooning. No, not mooning. It wasn't a butt. Tyler Woodward says tatas. You're on the right track. Denise Buldia says naked lady. Not childbirth. No, I guess, what time is it? Is it safe? Are all children in bed? Okay, so there was a lady and she was tied down and she had her naked boobs. Should I say that? Naked breasts showing, and there was another girl, and she was cutting her boobs off with a knife. And I was like, I probably can't show that on YouTube. I've not been to Mad World, South Carolina, but that's the one that's been a. This one's been recommended a lot. Rachel has risen. Thank you for the super chat. Super fans here and live close to Evans City, Pennsylvania. Have you ever visited Evans City Cemetery where they filmed the original Night of the Living Dead? Yes. Yes, I have. I went to the museum there. They have a Living Dead museum. And I went there, and then I went to the cemetery after that. Have I ever visited Indy Scream Park? I've not been to Indy Scream Park. Chris about t-shirts sounds like that lady needed a shirt. Yes, if she only had a t-shirt, she could have avoided that gruesome fate. Am I going to Netherworld this year? No. Josh M says Santa blowing his brains out was a bit much too. I censored that. Didn't I? Yeah, I censored that. Or I know also is what's that character called the Temple of Tolerance. People have mentioned that. Reed Randall says if you were a haunt character, what kind of monster would you be? The 2 times I've worked in a haunt, they made me a mental patient with cracks in my head, and one time they made me into a hobo clown. Screaming Mo says, anyone else trying to book a hotel for this meet and greet? I don't know what the status of hotels are. I do really appreciate people coming out to the meetup. I'm really curious to see how many people show up. I really had no clue. It's been a long time since I've done a meetup. Tippy Toe says, where's the meetup? All right. Meetup is on November 6th, which is a Saturday. Be happening from 12 to 5 at Lanier's General Store in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, right across from Goats on the Roof. Joanne Jordan says, it looks like 100 people said they were interested. What does interested mean? That doesn't mean you're coming. Does interested mean you're mulling whether or not you're coming? Does interested mean that you find it interesting on a sociological level, but you're not coming? Thread positive, no, I've not visited Indie Screen Park. Alice Martinez says it means maybe coming. Yeah, I'll look into Valentine's haunts. I guess first I should look into Christmas haunts. Doug Levin says, will you be selling merchandise at your meet and greet? I'm not sure. Maybe what I could do, I don't know, if people want to order off Etsy on their phones and then I just give them the pins and refund their shipping. Yeah, I'm not really doing it as an opportunity to sell merchandise. I just want to give people a chance to meet me. People have been asking for a long time when I'm having a meetup. Tiffany Treadway, thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm going, Jacob, you have a good night. Well, you have a good night as well, Tiffany. Josh Nash has been watching you a lot. Really loved your Louisville vlogs. Wildwood Inn in Florence is 5 minutes from where I live. I do love Wildwood Inn. Tossel, thank you for the super chat. It says, LOL, the $20 I just paid to Jacob triggered my bank's scam security, sent me an SMS, put a block on account. I work for the bank, so I took my own block off. Uh-oh. Don't mean to trigger anyone's spam. Anyone's fraud detection. Runtime Errors has been subscribed since you were a social worker. That's been a while. How long has that been? How long have I been doing this stuff? Was it 2018? So 2018, 2019, 2020. In January, it'll be 4 years. Will it be 4 years in January. I'm doing the math right? 4 years. Wow. Four years since I left my job. And Nick James says, why did you skip Lakeside on your Denver trip? I don't know what that is. Regina Soul says, what about the relax with Jacob exercise? You know, that's a really good idea. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. Let's, if you're sitting in a chair, continue to sit in your chair. If you're not sitting in a chair, go find a chair. You probably have a chair. If you don't have a chair, go to your neighbor's house and ask to borrow a chair. If you don't have a neighbor, construct your own chair out of cinder blocks or logs, and then sit in your chair and I remember how to do this. Close your eyes. Just focus on the here and now. Focus on what you're feeling. Focus on what your body's doing. And breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and out. Put your feet flat on the ground. Wiggle your toes. You can feel the carpet or the ground, the dirt under your feet. If you're wearing shoes, you can feel the inside of your shoes or your socks even. Just concentrate on that wiggling feeling as you breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now just think about how your own weight feels up against the chair that you're sitting in. Just don't think about anything except your weight against the chair as you breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now just think about the back of your head. Just put all your concentration there on the back of your head. Don't think about anything else. And just breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now think about your face. Just think about how your face feels, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, how it all feels scrunched together as you breathe in and out. As you continue to breathe in and out, open your eyes and look at the world around you. Don't think about anything else except what's before you. Just take in, if there's a table in front of you or a desk, just touch the desk and feel the solidness. Just take in the surroundings around you. Think about where your feet are planted and how that connects you to the earth, which expands out in a circular motion in outer space as you breathe in and out. In and out. Hello, everyone. Dennis starts to just watch the abandoned bookstore video from 6 years ago. Yeah, that's some old school stuff. Joanne Jorgen says, I can't believe Jeff laughed on the ride of the Texas State Fair. Well, poor, you look terrified. And I've realized this with several different people. I think it's actually very common because I can think of multiple friends I have that um, laugh as a fear response. Sometimes I laugh as a fear response, I think. But I think a lot of people laugh when they feel overwhelmed. Nothing's, nothing's wrong with that, by the way. Jeff from Creedy says it wasn't just scary; it was absurdly fun. That might be stretching it a bit, but it was an interesting sensation. If anyone's curious about why I call myself the Carpetbagger, I did a whole video on it a while back. Well, maybe it wasn't the whole video, but it's the title of the video. Andrew Peter says if I get better lighting in the haunts. It's all kind of, I just kind of let the haunt's natural lighting work. Some haunts are darker than others. I don't think it's really cool to use outside light. It just, it's blinding to the haunt actors. It's and sometimes it ruins the effect of the haunt. How long have I been married? In April, I'll have been married 20 years. Josh M says, I love how flatly deadpan you say, okay, I'm locked in a coffin. Like it's normal for me. It oddly, like, I have found myself locked in an almost abnormal number of coffins. Like, seriously? There's at least have to be half a dozen coffins I've been in over the course of these videos. Oh, man. Travis Aller says, I found your channel in the comments of an LA Beast video. Oh, I love the LA Beast. I feel bad for him. He creates great content, and YouTube has been demonetizing a lot of his content. And it's a real shame. The thing is, like, I think a lot of people have ruined that type of content by doing dangerous things on YouTube, but LA Beast is, he is certified. Like he knows what he's doing. He is, he's done work as a stuntman. He is beats Guinness World Records. He's not just an idiot doing dangerous things. Yes, Grady, he's a legitimate competitive eater. He holds several competitive eating records in the Guinness Book of World Records. And he seems like a fun guy. Like he just has a, that vibe around him that just seems like a fun guy. Courtney in Wonderlust says, thanks for the Texas State Fair video. Had to check out both the dark rides and the bubble funhouse because of that video. Man, there's a lot of bubbles. There was so many bubbles. Aaron Bricker says, hi, Jacob. My husband that you met and I in Seattle when you came down has passed away from stage 4 cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that, Aaron. That's really awful. I'm so sorry. Hope that you're doing okay. Last of Dying Breed says, what channels do you watch on YouTube the most? Really, like, I end up watching a lot of wrestling content. The Webness says, is YouTube my full-time job? Yes, it is. Andrew Peters says, would like to see you review the ET ride at Universal? I've filmed that before. It's my favorite ride at Universal. BR Rap says, have you been to the Parthenon in Centennial Park, Nashville? I have. Reprised Reselling says, haunts in Pennsylvania this year. That may be part of the plan. I sound tired. I'm a little tired. Spent 9 hours driving today. Zach Kama says, I heard the reason they never replaced the ET ride because that Steven Spielberg pretty much said that if they do, he's pulling the rights to Jurassic Park. I've heard similar things. I heard that Steven Spielberg was very mad because apparently they trashed they had the original orca from Jaws on display and they threw it in a dumpster. They smashed it to pieces and threw it in a dumpster. And when Steven Spielberg found out about that, he was very angry. But E.T.'s a great ride. JS says, you a hip-hop fan? I appreciate the Eminem, Dr. Dre. I was familiar with rap from that particular era. Anything else, I'm pretty much lost on. Creaty says, in their defense, I can't believe the orca was there in the first place. The guy that trashed it surely did not realize. I don't think I don't think they realized that it was the real boat. And if it was in a place where it could get trashed like that, then it definitely probably shouldn't have been. It should have been preserved better than that. It's obviously not all on the one guy who smashed it up. But apparently, like, I don't know, apparently Steven Spielberg would literally go there when he was feeling lost and would just go there just to see the orca, to like bring him back to his roots. And then he went there and it was gone and he freaked. But he probably should have maybe done more to ensure that it was okay. I don't know the background story on whose fault it really was, but it's a shame it happened. Kevin Williams, thank you for the super chat. As always, love the content. Keep it up. Well, thank you. Tours in Las Vegas is great content, man. The Night of Haunts is awesome. Well, the Night of Haunts does not have to end. because there's more and more haunts coming. Jules Vega says, I just lost my job today. Well, I'm so sorry. You shouldn't. Thank you for the super chat, but you shouldn't be sending it to me if you don't have a job. Kirsten Meadows says, are you coming to Comic-Con, Indiana? I saw you read my message. I don't know. I don't know about Comic-Cons. I like Dragon Con because of all the cosplay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if people really... I don't know how much people like the convention footage. I don't know. Hudson, thank you for the super chat. It's the Silverwood theme park in North Idaho. Ever gone? No, I haven't done a lot in Idaho. I stopped at Adventureland in Idaho. Windex says, you do a good job. Seems fun to do. It's fun. It's, you know, you can make it work. It's, I feel like I work hard. Gemmin says, which Meow Wolf is my favorite? That's really hard. Like the newest one, Convergence Station, seemed on a grander scale. Omega Mart is pretty amazing. And then the first one is kind of the classic. It's a nostalgic favorite. But maybe right now, in this moment that you asked me, I would say maybe Omega Mart is my favorite. Zach Kama says, do scare actors recognize you often? If so, do they break character sometimes? Occasionally. You know, they won't make a big thing about it, but occasionally they'll pull me aside and whisper to me. Phoenix or Twister at Knoebels? I forget what the Twister is. Oh, the Twister's that. I probably like the Phoenix more. The Twister is freaking terrifying. Have I gone to museums in Galveston, Texas? What kind of museums do they have in Galveston? Oh, I went to Galveston. The main thing I did was I went to the Rainforest Cafe Dark Ride. Will they ever bring Meow Wolf to the East Coast? I know there was talk about building one in Washington, D.C. I don't know if that's completely fallen apart or not. But man, yeah. East Coast really could use a Meow Wolf. Creaty says, I got a free frozen banana treat at Texas State Fair when a vendor recognized Jacob. It's a true story. The banana guy came into a live stream. Whoever gets sick of sleeping in hotel rooms. I mean, there's nothing wrong with sleeping in hotel rooms. Other than, you know, I miss my family. Emily Wilson, thank you for the super chat. Have you been to Utah? The solid rocket booster SRBS tests were always fun to watch. What's a solid rocket booster? Is that like some sort of like space missile or something? Bus error. Well, thank you for the super chat. As I heard the news regarding your marriage. Hope that turns around for you. There's no news on my marriage. At least I hope not. I hope there's not news about my marriage that I haven't heard about. Have you considered dead mall videos? I don't know. Dan Bell does a good job with the dead malls. I don't know if I need to add myself to that. Chloe Smithson says, have you been to the International Banana Museum in Mecca, California? It's a weird place. Yes, I've been there. Divorce comes up if you Google the Carpetbagger. I mean, that's just, I guess, just rumors. I don't know. People taking stuff out of context. Bus Air says, I thought you were separated. No, I'm not separated from my wife. I think we've been married 20 years. I think every couple has their ups and downs, but we are very much committed and we very much love each other. Emily Wilson, thank you for the super chat. It says SRBs were the two white crayon-looking rockets that would launch the space shuttles up in the air. Okay. But no, me and my wife are celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary this April. And yeah. Ever been to Lakeside Amusement Park in Colorado? No, I'm not familiar with that. Susan Cox, I just got on it. I missed meditation. Sadly, yes, we did the meditation already. But I guess you could rewind and watch that part. How was meeting Big Tex? Big Tex is cool. Unfortunately, I said that at the end of the video, I mentioned this. Big Tex doesn't talk very often. He only speaks like every 30 minutes, Jeff, if you're still here? I think that we determined he speaks. He only starts talking about every 30 minutes, and he says like a few things, and then he goes quiet. Yeah, Jeff stood there motionless, filming. Bus error. Thank you again for the super chat. Well, darn. Well, damn. Good news. Have one on me then. Glad to hear everything's cool. Considered Miller's Thrillers Haunted Farm in Columbia, Tennessee. Not heard of that haunt. No. I don't know. I'm gonna start at some point. I think next summer I'm gonna put out a call for haunts. Because I've had to say no to a lot of haunts this year because I had my schedule fill up so fast. Susan Cox, thank you for the super chat and the dancing pear. Hudson, I'm hoping to be at IAPA this year. Looking forward to that. Some people say, like, are you going to be there? Like, I plan on being there. I've made arrangements to be there, but I mean, plans can always change. You know, I could get murdered. I could break my legs. I could be eaten by wolves. Doesn't count as murder when wolves kill you. Only when people kill you. Becklin, thank you for the super chat. Says, always love your videos and live chats. Be safe out there on the road. I try. Regina Deal, hit by an asteroid. The whole world could be hit by an asteroid. I've been to Discovery Park of America in Union City, Tennessee. No, I have not. What did I eat for dinner? If I say what I ate for dinner, it might give away where I'm at right now. Catherine Bennett says, do you rent a car? Try to take your own. I usually take my own. Unless I'm flying, and then I get a rental. Have I ever wondered if my hotel rooms are haunted or not? I think not, because I don't know. I guess I don't know because I'm sleeping usually. Usually when I'm in my hotel room, I'm asleep. And there hasn't been any haunts here during this live stream. Pro wrestling is art. So since you drive your own car, how often do you need an oil change? It seems like I need an oil change every time I get out on the road. I never like need one at home. Always I get out on the road and then bing, 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 I need to hunt one down. Blake Hicks asked if I've been to the Jim Crow Museum. No, I saw a video on it once though. Bus Air says, what's the one thing I can't live without on the road? I don't know. I usually just have my stuff for filming and editing and clothes for wearing, water for drinking, snacks for eating. I used to have a taser for tasing, but the Canadians took it away. Craziest taser for house burning. Yeah, one time my taser went off inside my backpack on Jeff's kitchen table. Pro wrestling is art. Yeah, pepper spray is not allowed on the Canadian border. Nothing that you could possibly defend yourself with. If I was to become an outlaw, like living an outlaw life, what I would do is I would learn karate, and then I would rob people coming into Canada with my karate, because I know for a fact they don't have anything to defend themselves with. Christopher LaCroix says Canadians defend themselves with ticket fight. Mark Z. Hammer says Carpetbagger the Karate Outlaw. Oh, man. Karate Outlaw. You know, someday they're going to build bigger boards with bigger nails. And someday they'll build a board with a nail so big that it will destroy them all. Oh, Jeff, you found my big text? Yeah. Oh, I meant to ask you again about that. I bought a Big Tex bobblehead and I left it in Jeff's car because I was so sleepy. One thing about state fairs, you get sleepy, you get a beating sun, you're eating things that have no nutritional value, you're getting dehydrated. Poor Big Tex was crying in the car, abandoning her. Well, poor Big Tex. It was like, howdy, folks. I was left in a car with the windows rolled up in Texas. Don't do that to your dog. Bus Error says, if you're a wrestler, would you be a face or a heel? I've been both. Heel's way more fun. Marcus Lee asked if we tried the fried gumbo. I wanted to try the fried gumbo. Jeff's wife had mentioned it, but I went with the fried lemonade. Probably should have went with the fried gumbo. All right, guys. Looks like we're almost out of time here. Any closing thoughts, ideas? Bus Air says, what was your name in the ring? I was the Carpetbagger. You should just probably look up Carpetbagger Wrestling and some stuff will come up. What is the best food I ever ate? I think I've had some, really love authentic lobster rolls. Gina Deal says, favorite wrestler, Stone Cold. I love Mick Foley and Bray Wyatt. All right, guys. Appreciate you joining me. Thank you to everyone who dropped a super chat. Thank you all for watching. You remember, having our meetup November 6th across the street from Goats on the Roof at Lanier's General Store from 12 to 5. Come by, say hello. Doesn't cost nothing. Appreciate all of you. Hashtag Team Balto. This one's in the bag.